beauty of folk herbalism is that you can use a variety of medicinal herbs in a variety of extracts or folk preparations, such as tinctures or infused vinegars, elixirs, or oxymels. So, for instance, we have passion flower leaf here. That can be made into an infused vinegar or an oxymel or a vodka tincture or an elixir. You could also do the same thing with motherwort. Motherwort is a nervine, and it helps with menstrual support as well. Goldenrod is amazing for allergy season, helps with cold and flu support as well. Passion flower is a nervine, helps to reduce stress and anxiety. It also helps to promote a good night's rest and to decrease insomnia. Sage can be very beneficial during cold and flu season. It can help to dry up mucus and congestion and help with sore throats. Tulsi is an adaptogenic herb, and it can help to reduce stress and anxiety and help the body to adapt to everyday stress. It can be taken as a tonic as well. That means it can be used every day, Tulsi. And then we have the hawthorn berries, which can be made into, all of these herbs can be made into either a vodka extract or a tincture with an alcohol extract or a vinegar base or a glycerin. And then we also have mullein here, which is, we mentioned, is really wonderful lung tonic support. Can be made into either a vinegar, a vodka base, or a vinegar. And then we have hibiscus roselle, and then some stinging nettles. Nettles infused vinegar is absolutely wonderful. So nettles are nutrient rich. A lot of things have water soluble constituents as well as alcohol soluble constituents. So a lot of the minerals can come out in the vinegar. They come out in the vodka as well, but do your research, find out which is best for the herbal preparations. But just as an ordinary rule of thumb, you can use either vinegar or vodka in any of your extract formulas, or glycerin, and then hibiscus roselle. And now we're going to discuss infused vinegars and oxymels. An infused vinegar is simply that. It's a vinegar infused with any kind of herb, medicinal herb, culinary herb. You could do garlic or onion infused vinegars. Garlic is a really nice one with hot peppers. You can do lemongrass infused vinegars. The possibilities are endless. And as my dear friend Rona says, you're only limited by your imagination. So with infused vinegars, I like to fill the jar about 3/4 of the way filled with fresh or dried herb, and then add apple cider vinegar. You can infuse with a variety of vinegars. This one has the most medicinal benefits. It's certified organic. It's apple cider vinegar with the mother. I use the Bragg's variety, but it's best to use local apple cider vinegar if you can find it. I have not been able to find it, though I am considering making my own apple cider vinegar. We have a lot of apples here at the farm, a lot of fruit trees. So I am going to be experimenting with making my own vinegar, and if so, I will do another video series all about making your own vinegar. So in this video, infused vinegars. So this is rosemary from our farm, from our little front landscape area. And I'm just kind of breaking it apart just a little bit. I'm just taking the rosemary and cutting it into smaller pieces. That's going to help open up some of those aromatics. Rosemary is not only amazing in culinary dishes, rosemary vinaigrette is phenomenal. You can make a rosemary marinade, but it also has many medicinal properties. It's aromatic, so it aids in digestion. It's going to have some antioxidant properties, as well as antiviral and antibacterial properties. Rosemary is really good for opening up the airways. As an aromatic, it helps with decreasing congestion and helping with some cold and flu symptoms. So we've got rosemary, and then we're just going to top it off just like we did the tincture with, instead of using vodka this time, we're using apple cider vinegar. So about 3/4 of the way filled with fresh herb, all the way to the top. It's going to spill over just a tiny bit, but that's what we need to happen to get it all the way to the tippy top so that no herbs are going to be floating on the vinegar surface. And you want to be sure to use some sort of a barrier. This is wax paper. You can also use parchment paper. It's a little harder to screw the jar on, but if the vinegar makes contact with the metal lid, it could cause a lot of rust. And then you could just trim the edge a little bit so that you can see what's in your jar. Then you want to shake that infused vinegar every day for about 1 month. After 1 month, you can strain it using the same method as we used for the folk tincture making. You use a separate jar with a mesh strainer and a piece of cloth or coffee filter, a large coffee filter, to strain it, get all the particulates out, and then you have your nice infused vinegar that you can store in fancy bottles. You can give it as gifts. You can use it in an oxymel by adding honey. And the next step I'll show you is a fire cider in which we've infused vinegar and then you add honey. So we don't actually show the adding honey part, but it's very simple. So you would just strain this. This is standalone, is an infused vinegar. If you wanted this to become an oxymel, you would simply strain it into a new jar and top it off with honey. You can use whatever ratio of vinegar to honey that you prefer. It's based on taste, what you plan to do with it. If you plan to take daily shots of it, as a preventative, it's best if you add a lot of honey so that it's easy to taste and tastes good. If you're doing some sort of a shrub with honey, you can add a little more. A shrub is added to mocktails. You can do a variety of things with infused vinegars, and oxymel is just simply adding honey to an infused vinegar in the same way that an elixir is adding honey to an infused alcohol. So thank you so much.